That?
Yeah, but Chakala Derby.
It is Delhi versus Mumbai. In absolute terms, this is supposed to be a big derby. I'm not talking in cricketing terms necessarily, but in absolute terms. If there are two cities, they are always trying to be one up against each other in various other parts, which has better infrastructure, which has better food, which is bigger, anything under the sun you can think of. The two biggest cities of the country always are up against each other for various reasons. But in cricket and domestic cricket also, there's been a lot of rivalry. Delhi versus Mumbai game used to draw a lot of crowds in the Ranji Trophy. There used to be an edge about the contest. In IPL though, that's not been the case, and that's primarily because there has been no competition. One team has been they've tasted success over the years in different seasons. The other is yet to win a title, and so probably that's the reason why that rivalry has never been there. And also maybe another reason is because in the IPL you really don't have local players necessarily playing for that franchise all the time. The Mumbai, I think, has more than folks from Delhi playing for Delhi. But whatever the reason, it's never been a fierce rivalry simply because it's never been a competition. However, this season the tables have turned. Usually it's always Mumbai which is in a better position and Delhi go in as the underdogs, but this season Mumbai have been so underwhelming. Not that Delhi have had an outstanding season, they've had a average season you can say, but because Mumbai have been so underwhelming, they go in with the edge, and usually that's a good thing, going in as the favourites. But going by the way this week has panned out, I don't think you'd want to be the favourites. Underdogs have tended to do well, and that's exactly what Mumbai are. So let's build up to this game which is happening in the national capital. That's where we're coming to you live from, not too far away from us. In fact, it's about a 30-minute drive from here where we're sitting to the erstwhile Firoz Shah Kotla, now obviously rechristened as the Arun Jaitley Stadium. And before we get into the specifics of the match, I'll give you the weather update. It is, I think, the hottest day so far in summer. We haven't really hit peak summer yet here in Delhi. It's just the beginning of the summer. Those peak summer days are still 10-15 days away, maybe a couple of weeks away. But I think today is, maybe because it rained yesterday, it only makes matters worse. And so today I think was the first day I'm feeling hotter than usual. And guess what? They'll be playing.
Both Delhi MI games have been day games in IPL 2024. The previous encounter at Wankhede was also a day game. There you saw 235 being scored. Romario Shepherd with that 32 run over of Nortje, and here also day game. Both places brutally hot. Mumbai is much hotter at this point in time. So
that's poor scheduling, I must say.
Yeah.
Whatever said and done, though, if you look at it, the evening clash today is between two of the top teams this season, Lucknow and Rajasthan. So logically you will say, better teams. But listen, when the schedule was made, nobody really thought that would be the situation. And anyway, it's not always who is where at what point, it's always the popularity. And whatever said and done, Delhi may not have done, Mumbai we know have a massive fan following anyway. Delhi may not have done well, but as you can see, we are at present 6 people in our studio, including 2 producers, and we have 2 Delhi fans in that. So that in itself tells you that there is enough Delhi
flavor.
Delhi has its fans. They may not be winning, and the fans may be always downcast and upset and low on energy, like Harshit, because they don't give him reason enough to be happy. But still he's a fan, and there are lots of fans.
You get the bragging rights to jump around and all only when you've done something worthwhile. These small victories or whatever, the small moments of happiness should just be small. Let's say they can't be made to appeal and look like the big wins.
Nothing, every win.
No. Again, it's a mentality.
Learn from RCB fans.
If it was like
exactly, so it should be the differentiator.
From RCB fans, you say.
No. Why?
Whatever said and done, we appreciate RCB fans. That's one good thing. That's a good quality amongst RCB fans. We appreciate that. So we'll pick that. from
Look at
RCB.
the burden of...
No matter what, they support their team, and even that one week they go to town as if they won the
Look
IPL.
at the burden of failures that they've carried for 15 years. Yeah.
They do all those celebrations and end up becoming the butt of all jokes. So if they like doing it that way, they may as well
But
continue.
I appreciate them. Honestly,
It's the same as Arsenal fans. They'll celebrate. They'll think that they've won the title.
But there's one difference. Arsenal actually do have accomplishments. RCB
Exactly, but Arsenal off late, they'll count their chickens before they're hatched and see where it leads them every season.
I know, I appreciate that quality. And honestly, no joke, no pun, no sarcasm. Honestly, I appreciate this about RCB fans, seriously, because that's what passion is about, right? Imagine, it cannot be easy to be supporting a team which has not won a title and always, more often than not, underwhelmed. And yet to have that kind of energy, enthusiasm, season after season to come back. And they're loud as well in the stadium. I see the energy, they're loud, they're cheering their team. So that I have to give credit. Well done to all RCB fans. Whoever they are, wherever they are, there are lots in our office as well.
Yeah.
Well done to everyone.
One whole row is full of RCB fans. Yeah.
Well done to everyone.
along with one floater.
I know. One floater.
What do we have on the menu today?
So we have the Mumbai Indians having won the toss and shock horror chosen to bowl first. I mean, kind of makes sense.
On
It's a small ground.
But also it's a day game, so no issue as such whether you're batting first or bowling, toss isn't that important.
Depends. See, Rishabh Pant has said that he thinks it will get slower. But then the last time he said that was the Delhi KKR game where he thought it will get slower and it most certainly did not get slower.
272. Yeah.
There was nothing slow about that.
But not just Rishabh Pant. I was looking at what Danny Morrison at the pitch report also is that there's nothing much for the Pacers here. Spinners can still get some purchase.
He said spinners can get purchased because there's no grass on it. But otherwise, if you look at the pitch, it's hard. So it's not a pitch where I even think the spinners will get.
You are excluding one very vital point. 54-meter boundary,
Yeah.
59-meter boundary, 56-meter boundary. The straight one is 73 meters.
To quote R. Ashwin, someone please save the bowlers. SOS, SOS, SOS.
No, that's interesting. Please bring about Ravi Shastri's tweet. Have you seen it? You guys have seen it?
Oh, we haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
He said, I thought he's saying he's seen it.
No,
I thought you were Ravi Ashwin.
Yeah, I thought we said
So Ravi Ashwin's tweet you saw.
Yes,
and we all know what he said, right?
Yep.
That's the third one.
But now I will make you see another gentleman's tweet and click on the tweet and please show it to our viewers as well, and I'd like everyone to chip in with their thoughts as well. Okay, so this is Ravi Shastri. I'll just read it out since none of you have seen it. He says, great opportunity watching this IPL for bowlers to focus on the time tested and execution of things that have lasted the test of time, rather than in pursuit to add baggage to your limited armory that you can't execute. Get stuck into your strengths and focus. Great opportunity to stand out, cut the whining and moaning, focus.
What a rubbish take. I am sorry, it's such a rubbish take on so many levels, because the one criticism and a valid criticism that people have had of Mitchell Starc, the poster boy of this year's IPL struggles. Now though, I think I have a lot more sympathy for him having seen what I've seen. But one of the criticisms was that he was two-dimensional. There's exactly two things he does and he does them well. He'll nail an in-swinging Yorker and he can bowl hard lengths and get the ball to bounce and make it very trick. Doing all that at a pace of 145 clicks per hour, which makes him a deadly bowler. But what has it made him on pitches which are doing this? They are tried and tested skills, right? A searing in-swinging Yorker from a left-arm pacer with a different angle, the awkward bounce that he can get, those are tried and tested, things that have lasted the test of time. What has it gotten him? 3 half centuries. So I don't agree with this. In fact, more often than not, you're having to see, and now even the innovations that he brought about aren't working. How many cutters did the KKR bowlers bowl yesterday? How many cutters did the Punjab Kings bowlers bowl yesterday? How many of them got tonked? I think now you've reached a point where it's on the other end, wherein you need to track the game back a little bit from the batters because it's gone too far. If 160 is not
Thoughts
safe,
on this?
Similar type, because even the likes of Rashid, we've seen Rashid concede about 50 runs. We've seen Noor Ahmed being conceded for runs as well. Bowlers aren't going with, let's say, the reputation of a Stark or a Rashid and all these international stars. And there's really nothing for the bowlers. You take the game yesterday, for example, KKR being touted as one of the better bowling units. They've gone ahead and conceded as many 200 plus totals as, let's say, Delhi, RCB or Hyderabad. So you don't really know which is a good bowling unit at the moment. If KKR are to concede those many runs at home now, you're seeing 200 runs being scored at Chepauk, you're seeing 200 runs, again a low surface, a slow low surface in Delhi is what it's been traditionally looked at. That's gone out of the window completely. You saw 224 almost being chased the other day in that Delhi versus Gujarat game. Today as well, it looks like a batting surface is again what many are suggesting. So what's in it for the bowlers? When are you giving bowlers really a chance and a deck to really flourish?
Great opportunity watching this IPL, I would have said, for strike the bowlers, for pitches, to focus on the time and tested execution of things that lasted the test of time. What is the test of time in cricket? Kind of an equal balance between bat and ball. Sporting pitches, okay. But now many naysayers say, oh, for that you have test cricket. Real sports fans want to see only 4s and 6s. So in that sense, the IPL 2024 is fulfilling the brief. You had 7 to 60 plus totals. 7. And you're not just crossed the halfway stage in IPL with another 34 games to go. Imagine you've reached 800 sixes already. So by that brief, of course, bowlers, what do they have for them? I have a very flat deck. Okay, I have the batters have big bats. The outfield is it's lush. It goes like a billiards table. The boundary dimensions are incredibly small. Cut the whining and moaning. Of course, don't moan about the practical things. Focus. Focus then, not getting hit, okay? Then accept that a 15 or a 14 economy rate is very, very, you may say, acceptable.
I mean, if there's no economy difference between a Harshit Rana and a Sam Curran, then you're doing something wrong with the game, boss. Something is going wrong here.
Okay, I'm gonna break the statement down into different parts because he's saying a few things. So first he says stick to the time and tested things, but somebody needs to remind Mr. Shastri that time is not being constant, right? It's changed, and with it a lot of changes have come. If they were to continue doing what you did or bowlers previous to you, what would be the time and tested thing for a bowler? Continue to flight the ball and that will get the batter out sooner or later. If that thing continued for 100 years and that kind of worked, but after that things started evolving, right? Evolution, the pace of evolution changes. It took us thousands of years to have no tools to get a iron tool, and then but the progress kept reducing. From there on we figured out what gravity is. From there the next step in evolution was quicker. Since phone has come, we're evolving at the rate of hundreds of how we used to do. So as things move forward, things evolve. So you can't firstly be stuck to the tried and tested. That's trying to simplify things that's already become complicated. You're trying to simplify it, but I'm afraid bowling in cricket is not as simple or as black and white as you're making it sound, which it was maybe at the time that he was playing, and before that unfortunately is not like that. Second, he says, what he's trying to say is that don't complicate things. You have a couple of strengths, so instead of adding any variation, stick to your strength and just bowl that. That's not going to happen. That is not happening. There are bowlers that are in fact getting redundant, the ones that are not adding things to their armory.
Correct.
Do you say the same for batters? Today the age-old thing will be stick to your strengths. What is your strength? Whenever the ball is short, you play there. Whenever the ball is in, pitched up, you play in the V. You always use your straight bat. You never cut the ball. You only but batting has evolved now. Things have changed. People started cutting balls. People started doing reverse hits, the scooping. They're not evolved. You expect the bowlers to stick to that and yet be successful. Are you trying to tell me the bowlers, and there are so many of them, they haven't tried anything? Of course they've tried. They've tried to stick to their strength. At one point they realized, listen, I'm a sitting duck. If I keep bowling those two things that I know, I'm going to get hammered. and now there's no respite that okay, some pitch will help me or this length I'll bowl on. Now batters just hit through line wherever you're bowling, whichever length you're bowling, they found a way. So I completely disagree with him saying that no, you have to just stick to your strength, focus on that. Don't muddle your mind by going with variations. They have to. The bowlers that have done well are the ones that have figured out variations, the slower ball, multiple slower balls, back of the hand slower ball, wide outside the off stump, Yorker, different types of Yorker, low full toss. The ones that can do all of that are successful. One-dimensional, two-dimensional bowlers are not. That's it. Third, the only thing that I agree with him is that yes, it's a great opportunity to stand out. While everyone is getting hammered, any bowler that does well, not following the examples that he's given, but I'm much better way of getting results by variations, by figuring out different batters, maybe studying them, doing a bit of analysis before you come, figuring that out. Yes, then it's an opportunity to stand out. Anyone who does that, great. And we've spoken about bowlers that have stood out. So that is there. Lastly, cut the whining and moaning, and I think that's really unfair. I don't know why I feel sad it's coming from a bowler in the past. Really, really sad that he would have to say that. Are we not seeing what's happening? Are we blind, or are we just pandering to the bosses? Because right now, the powers that be are getting a lot of criticism for where they're taking the game. If you're pandering to them because you need a long-term contract, and then it's fine. But to be saying that bowlers are whining and moaning, you are saying things that may have happened behind closed doors, we don't know, so it's fine. Cricket is happening in front of our eyes, everyone is seeing it. Nobody is a fool, everyone understands the game, everyone's realizing what is happening. And I don't think the bowlers are whining, they are right to be questioning the things that they are. Or maybe, I don't know, this kind of bowling, two-dimensional bowling would have been fine if there was a Ravi Shastri at the other end. Because I'm sure you would have played a maiden over in today's day and age as well. Because that's what he was known for most of the time. Not taking singles, not hitting a boundary. Even in a one-day game also. He was pretty happy just. I've been to games where people would just leave the stadium when he was batting. I've been there. I've seen it. So if he was batting maybe with that yardstick, then bowlers, if they stuck to those two things, they would have succeeded. In fact, I'm saying not even two-dimensional. They're one-dimensional, just bowled stump to stump, they would have been fine. Because no risk would have been taken. But unfortunately, that's not the batting that's happening now. It's a different kind of batting that's happening. Unless all of this, as I said, pandering to the powers that be, or unless it's a straight attack with his namesake. Because as soon as one Ravi came up last night with the SOS, the other Ravi.
I'm sure the last point is for
Ashwin.
It's directed at that only. Because see, you look for a contest, right? What is the definition of a contest? There should be a semblance of equality. The batters are equipped with a AK-47. Now the bowlers are coming with just a Swiss knife. Where is the contest?
They've been given a second knife. Why? Because you're allowed two bouncers. Fact, a lot of good it does you when most of the time if you bowl a bouncer, it's sitting up at a good length to be whacked.
But what's the whole point? Okay, you equipped, it's a good thing, welcome move. But 55, 57 meter square boundaries at times, certain stadiums.
Why would I want to
It's a miss hit that'll go for a 6, unless of course you're somebody whose short ball is the Achilles heel to an extent that you can't even get bat to ball.
And if you want a definition of how batsmanship in today's day and age works, I remember the RCB KKR game, one time that really stood out, Andre Russell nails an inch perfect Yorker and DK somehow scoops it out and it goes for a boundary behind third man.
That's an example where at least batter tried. There are gazillion example of batsmen not even trying. He missed it, it's a 6.
It's taking a top edge flying behind. Terrible. Who wants to watch that?
And bowlers have all the right.
You don't have, the bowlers don't have anything going in their favor. In the last 20 years, where have bowlers
Let's look at replies under the post. Let's see what Amjamta is saying. You get an idea.
I don't think many would be too happy.
Let's see. Ajay says 50-yard boundaries with flat decks don't make sense. At least prepare a pitch that offers something for the bowlers. Miss hits are going for 6s. Bairstow should have been out at least 3 times last night, but all went. Very good point.
Actually, yes, I remember there were quite a few times he looks like he's hit it short, and I'm thinking, okay, now it's going to the fielder and it's clearing not just the rope, it's clearing the hoarding.
Since we're talking about,
let's quickly take some comments, and then we'll come to this thing. No.
Not those comments.
It's okay. Are batters given similar advice on a viciously seeming swinging or spinning track? No, right? All the discussion points to how poor the pitches are. Very good point there.
Yes.
By Sean, I
hope.
guess. Yeah, I mean, whichever. And now when scores of runs are scored thanks to highway pitches, the onus is put on the bowlers to perform. And very good point, right?
Absolutely.
When 2-day test matches get over because the ball is seaming, batsmen cry. Nobody says, hey, this is your opportunity. Focus. Kashif says, focus. Bowlers are getting murdered out there with pitches made to focus, and you want them to focus.
Yeah.
Vakar says, the bowlers अपने skill use करेंगे 50-meter boundary and road पे. This IPL is garbage. We're seeing the greatest thrillers from 2008 to 19. Those era of, yes. Farid is saying, Ravi bhai, you would have scored 50 runs in 8 balls in the IPL.
I'm sure he's being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. Bowling level गिर रहा है
कि batters
अच्छे हो रहे हैं.
Neither.
That's go down.
You've made it pretty much a contest for batters.
Okay, conditions are so heavily in favor of batsmen these days. Even you would have had a strike rate of 65 in T20.
That's a good point.
Okay.
And this one is the best. Says doesn't make for good watching if every match is a 250 plus match.
Yeah.
Then it's not cricket, it's just a battering.
Yeah.
it
Enough comments. So as you can say, overwhelming cricket fans, watchers are not in agreement with what Mr. Shastri has said.
It's boring at this point.
Yeah, Mr. Shastri, I mean, he's had a faux pas this time around, I would say. And as far as the whining and moaning is concerned, I'm sorry that you would not say the same thing to a batter.
This is what I'll say. His opinion should disappear as quickly as a tracer bullet.
Sure,
That's all I'll
नीचे
say.
जाना है.
Yep.
Massive super chat.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll take it first. Rakesh Bhushan is saying, Nikhil, is it good for a journalist to have a favorite team? Then will he give a biased review? On the contrary, Harsha Bogle once was partial, and a tweet from MSD and Big B ensure he is out for some period of time. What should a journalist do? See, again, I don't think a journalist should have a team, but what we do here is not journalism.
Not entirely.
Yes. No. In our discussions,
No,
live
it's-
discussion is not.
this part of it,
What
yeah.
you get videos in terms of information, or if there's a news there, or interview or a report, that is journalism. This is a live show, which is where we take a YouTube avatar, and I think it's very essential. I mean, not mandatory, but if yes, a YouTuber has a team, then he must. It only makes for great viewing. It only makes for interesting discussions, and it also helps see certain insights which only a fan can give, which a neutral may not. Or let's take, for example, let's say if Shane is a fan of KKR, I may sometimes not see some nuanced things about KKR because I'm looking at it from a neutral point of view. But if he's a fan, he will see that. Also reference, because there's so many games happen, and if I'm not a fan of a team, it's difficult for me to remember those certain things about every team. And maybe difficult for all of them, but if they are supporting a team, then they are experts of that team, and I think that is very essential. So certain journalists should be experts of that team. They can only be experts if they are fans, and the insight that comes with that is incredible. I mean, I'm also sometimes in awe of those kind of insights because I'm not looking at those teams, so fans are. So that is definitely needed. But yeah, when you are writing an opinion piece, or you're doing when you're writing it there, or you are, and by the way, I must also say, being a fan does not mean that you cannot be objective. I know of a lot of fans who are as critical, in fact are even more objective than a neutral. A neutral might sometimes say, it's okay, why are you being so harsh on dropping him? But the fan might be, no, he needs to be dropped. And because he has followed that particular player much more closely and and he'd be right, because he'd have much greater insight than, let's say, a neutral like me. So I think it's that.
Indeed. More questions?
We actually haven't gone over the teams at all.
Yeah.
It's okay, we'll finish with that question. People have seen the teams.
Yeah.
Okay, Danush.
VK and RS should open in T20 World Cup. They struggle to score quickly after power play, and then let Sky, Dubey and others do the work. YJ has to be warming the bench.
That's unfair.
Very, very
But
unfair.
VK is pretty good in power play. Yeah?
That's what.
His power play numbers are superb. Middle overs is
Lesser the better.
yes. Shubham Gar, thank you, Nick, for coming on weekend this week.
Yeah, I'm doing half. I'm doing half of Sunday and half of Saturday. half.
Yeah.
Because Harshit has to go to see a girl for his rishta
It's about time, long overdue.
I know.
tomorrow, so I'll come tomorrow. To
Well
the
done.
second.
Well done.
Kundli Undli is matched.
I don't know. He'll
I
see
have to
today.
go to someone.
He has to go and match his kundli.
I know.
He'll let us know once that is done. We'll share with you guys
Yeah.
as and when that's happened.
Exactly.
Just remember, trees, not dogs.
What is that?
Manglik
Acha.
Achha.
Are you mangling?
I don't know.
is best partner, maybe who knows? Trees.
Trees.
Don't kill a dog.
I know.
I don't know.
You have to get married to a tree or something.
Yeah, you have to get
Yeah,
married
yeah,
to a tree
that's
first. Yes.
it's a logic. Because if you're a Manglik, apparently the logic is
Did you get married to one?
No, I'm not Hindu, so it doesn't matter either way.
Achha.
I'm exempt from
But you can still be Manglik, na?
I don't know.
He
Has
can
to do.
be. But the other partner may then
Yeah,
want
yeah.
him to get married.
No, I'm done.
If you're a Manglik,
You got married to a tree?
no, my partner was not a Manglik.
Acha, you don't have to share on your stories. Say, come on, let's go. Shubham Gar.
Harshit, are not celebrating by your logic. Employees shouldn't celebrate increments, promotions. If organization does not get expected profit in the year.
Good point, Shubham.
He reminds me
Nailed it,
of
yeah.
he reminds me of Mario Balotelli. He once said that when I score a goal, I don't celebrate. When
It's
a
my
postman
job.
delivers a letter, do you see him celebrate?
Yeah, it's my job. Yeah, he said that once.
Good point. Love Karantur from the US. It says it's 4:45
Aye.
in the morning watching sports today from New Orleans.
Wow.
Still think Gill should be in the 15 after having 900 runs in the previous season. It's crazy if Dubey and Rinku miss out this time. I agree with Love Karan. I think we'll start making our 15s very soon. Okay,
Yes.
so do check.
Would have
videos
started
out on that.
today, but then the news changed.
No, our 15
Yeah.
we can start whenever.
Hey, that week.
Our 50.
I mean, today could have been that day, but now it's the first.
It's the first, yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday, and I'll take this since it's
Yeah.
addressed to me. Yesterday, KKR got a pasting, and it made Shane realize that there's an uneven contest between bat and ball. Few days back, I said this IPL is one-dimensional. They asked me to stop watching IPL. This is an uneven contest period. Rakesh, you're taking things way out of context. When I said stop watching, because you said it's not real sport. Then I said, then if you don't like watching it, then don't watch it. Rather than crib and moan about it every day, then don't watch. And by the way, if you think it's this, privately and even on this show multiple times when we were watching SRH, and you can check my personal Instagram also, not that hard to find. There's a reel out there wherein I said that, listen, you may as well replace the bowlers with bowling machines at this point because it's just no longer fun to watch. What is the point of every single bowler? And that's the thing. If even world-class bowlers aren't standing out, there are literally two bowlers this IPL who have stood out in terms of being effective, both in terms of wicket and economy.
Bumrah and
Jasprit
Narayan.
Bumrah and Sunil Narayan. And if that is the standard that is required, sorry, not everyone's going to be of that standard, but right now even ordinary batters are looking extraordinary. Tells you everything you need to know.
Yep.
Okay, Mehak Dhanju is saying that everyone is saying that KL is coming back in the T20 World Cup. KL is the biggest failure in last two T20 World Cup. I don't know, again, as I said, everyone that is saying is in a way speculating, right? I don't think anyone can tell you right now, and it goes for even us or anyone else. We read it in newspapers or hear it on YouTube or hear
Correct.
it in a television channel, wherever. Nobody can tell you because the meeting hasn't happened, sir.
Yeah.
Today, if you have to ask Ajit Agarkar, the chairman of selector, even he cannot tell you. Because what is going to happen in the meeting, how does he know?
Yeah.
There's going to be a captain, there's a coach, there will be other selectors, you sit, discuss, then. So how can anyone say? And just baffles me. And I would want all of you to just apply common sense and don't fall for any of this. Yes, he could come back, he may not come back, that's another matter. But all of those decisions has to be taken in a meeting. Na? The meeting has not happened. How can anyone write right now that he's going to be there? On basis what?
Indeed.
On basis what? So just never understood that. What everyone does is some kite flying. Yeah, after the meeting is done and before it's announced, in the interim, if somebody says, then I could still agree because meeting is done, it's been decided, and he or she may have gotten to know before it really officially comes out. Then I mean, that could be fair that you could say that, listen, I have found out that so and so is there. And that's another matter.
Indeed.
Otherwise, right now, I mean, Rohit Sharma may not be able to tell you if KL Rahul is coming back or not. He may, let's say, if he may want to, but he doesn't know what happens once he goes to the meeting. No, if the chairman and selector is on the same page, the coach is on the same page, if the other selectors on the same page, there's a BCCI secretary who's sitting. How do you know? So nobody knows. But yeah, I do agree with the second point. That would be
Yes.
injustice.
Objectively also, it's hard to disagree.
Absolutely.
Objectively also. Lavkaran Toor once again says, still miss that SRH squad, perfect for low scoring games. Bhuvi, Sandeep, Rashid at their peak, Dhawan, Warner, Johnny Kane, Yusuf, good times. I'll add 2 other teams to that. KKR of the mid 2000s and CSK. Very, very good at producing, pitches that did not, let's say, always keep the batters in the game, and where you required at times, dare I say, skillful batting to actually get runs.
Yeah, we in fact mentioned that SRH team the other day.
Yeah, there was an Amit Mishra and a Karan Sharma there also. Wow.
Pranit Datta says, I think you're overreacting. For every 200 game, there is a match where 180 was defended. 2 low score matches in Mullapur, which went. No, Pranit.
No.
Look at what's
I
happening.
just want to say one thing. I mean, I can't believe he is even coming out with a comment like that, because I mean, you just have to look at. I'm not even saying in-depth thing. In whatever 15, 16 year of IPL, you had only once a team breach 250. Now you've had it 7 times already
times.
in this season, in one season. And you say overreacting.
And just halfway stage.
Man.
It's not the full season yet.
And based on how Delhi have started, you're bracing yourself for another 250.
You gotta smell some coffee.
And also, if with the way MI's batting is, they may very well also breach 250.
Yeah, your top 4 scores of your highest totals in the history of the competition, all from this year.
No, now it's more than top 4.
All 5.
All 6.
All 6. Oh, yeah, yesterday is 260.
KKR
Oh, yes.
266.
Yes.
So there you
now
go.
all 6.
Next question you can, Harshit, please answer, Pranit.
He says, why has Prithvi Shaw been dropped? It's unfair. I don't think it's
I
ever
don't
unfair.
think he was dropped. I think
I think it's an injury though.
Yeah.
It's an injury though. I think it's an injury. He's not been dropped. But even if it was that, he was dropped for cricketing reasons, I would take it. Right now, no cricketing reasons though. It possibly could be a niggle or something. Couldn't read the comments though of the captain, but it doesn't look like a decision that is being made for cricketing reasons, because he's had just the kind of a Prithvi Shaw season, very typical, blown hot and cold. So yeah.
Okay, quick predictions before we wind up. Go. Amin has said DC 229, Mumbai 201. He's picked Tristan Stubb to get 80 of 39. Wow, what a precise prediction is that?
Nothing
Well done.
on Fraser McGurk, looking at the way.
Jake Fraser
Who scored all the 25
Go,
runs.
Siddharth, come on.
Delhi 255.
What? Holy moly!
Looking at the way how they started.
Okay.
255 and Delhi are winning this.
Oh, it continues the trend.
Yes, Delhi winning it.
How are Delhi winning this the trend? Technically, Mumbai are lower than them.
But I'm just saying, like what
Underdogs.
people expect.
All right. I think you're getting to. Oh my God, Bumrah is getting the treatment.
Yes.
Christ alive. All right. Doomed. Anyway.
Now Ravi Shastri is telling him, stop whining.
It's all about mindset.
Just
Focus.
You have to
And it's a no ball to bowl.
Yeah.
Dear God.
better start bowling well.
All right.
It's a
So
boundary.
as far as sorry, what was I saying? Predictions. I think TC get to about 262. And I think Punjab chase and Mumbai chase it. Sorry,
That is good.
no, it's the same boring run fest from yesterday.
No, but I'm just saying it'll be like incredible amount of sixes.
1,300 fours and 772 sixes have already been hit. In how many games? This is the 40th game.
Yes.
I'll go Delhi 237.
Both these guys have gone
I know.
more than you.
I think there'll be a
You're the
slowdown.
Delhi fan.
There'll be a slowdown and can't be this good a pitch throughout.
Okay,
So
anyway.
237, but Delhi win.
You said Mumbai win, na Shane?
Yeah.
I'm going Delhi 227
Okay.
and Mumbai win.
Oh, it's an even split.
Even.
Yeah. Why Ricky Boy is not coming for Prithvi Shaw?
Yeah, why Kumar Kushal?
Answer.
Don't have an answer right now. Ricky Bhui should have been given more than 2 games. I'll stick by that. Simple as that.
You may see.
You have direct contact.
185 strike rate.
Upar tak you have contact. Why don't you?
Yeah, I should have taken this up. See, they gave
Now you
Aksar
can
a
take it up.
promotion
After
the
this-
other day.
After this game, you can.
And the opening with Purell. Interesting.
Okay, 244 and DC win was another prediction.
Yaar, what has Piyush Nandre
Shubham
said here?
Garg.
Shubham Garg has also gone.
What has Octopus Piyush said?
I'm waiting for his prediction also.
Piyush Andre, okay, I think he's not posted. I think.
No, he's not posted a prediction.
Okay.
Piyush.
We'll see it. You
Come
can
on.
put it as a comment later. Take care. Bye bye.
T23.
King D. King D. 224 and Mumbai winning.
Oh, but then he's got question. He himself is not sure.
The octopus ain't sure.
Octopus isn't sure. Yes.
See you. Bye bye mid innings. Take care.
Yeah.